Well, praise the Lord. Hallelujah. And thank you, Jesus. It's around that time right here on KAZ Radio, where we have one of the most hottest shows every other Saturday.
All right.
None other than Life Obstacles Forum TV. How are you guys doing?
Great. Like Tony the Tiger,
Yeah.
we're doing great.
No,
that's
right.
right.
You're doing great. All right. Hey, Brenda, move over a little bit closer that way for me. So
Come
we
on
get
in
you
there, Miss
in the
Brenda.
shot.
Okay.
Hey, man,
All
there
right,
you
yeah,
go.
you don't want to miss me.
Yeah, we don't want to miss Brenda.
Right.
Right, not at all. Bring the mic with you, girl.
Right.
We take that. That's
right.
right.
See me
I can say you now.
Can you see me now? All right. You are definitely listening to the Life Obstacle team right here with your host, J.R. Washington. And to my right.
Is Doreen Burns. I forgot I'm on your
And
right.
to my left.
You know, he started
And to
making
my
us introduce
left.
ourselves, and I ain't used to that.
Yeah. And to my left.
Brenda Vereen.
That's what
All
I'm talking
right,
about.
There we go. And we do have Jerry Knight, but she's running behind. And might not come because we have to actually say something to Hazel. She lost her son.
Yeah.
And so we definitely give her.
So we definitely send our
condolences,
prayers
yes.
out to
Most
Miss Hazel
definitely.
today.
Yes. So she
And
lost
her
son.
family. But you know, we're moving down the road. We're glad to be here this morning.
Oh,
you know,
yes.
like you say right here on KAZ Radio TV.
That's right.
Yes, indeed. So we're gonna bring the heat a little bit. We'll talk about anything you want to talk about. This is what it's all about: bringing the community together, bringing the world together.
Yeah.
And that's what we do. So if you decide to call us and you want to talk to us, call us in. You can call us at 216-298-1554. Once again, that is 216-298-1554. Ladies, you know how we do it. We got to kick it in here.
All right.
First of all, before we get started,
Yes.
it's a celebration day. We'd like to say happy birthday to Miss Doreen Burke. This is her
Happy birthday! Yay!
Yes. Many more. Thank you,
Yeah,
Jesus.
many more to come, The party's just getting started, so we don't know what we're going to do for today, but we'll figure something out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we'll work
I
something
can
out.
breathe. We could do something. All right.
Well, moving around, we'll talk about what's going on in the world today.
All right.
Shaking it up a little
We got to
bit.
bring our introduction. Come on.
Yeah, Brenda, bring that introduction like
All
you normally
right.
do now. Don't be shy.
Thank you for listening to Life Obstacles, where your opinion count. We want you, the audience, to have an active part where your input can have an impact. We want the change in you to help make the change around you.
Oh.
And this is Doreen Burst. We appreciate you listening and tuning in. Make sure you share. It's important that you share what you're hearing. Today is your day. I know somebody has something, if they're on Facebook Live or all the different social medias that this airs on, it might be something you want to have a discussion on. We opened the panel up to you today to have a discussion. We do have some things people have asked us to talk about, but we want to see that you have something that you want to talk about that needs to be shared with the community, that needs to be shared with the world, because there's so much going on today. There's so much stress and so much death. So maybe somebody got something positive or just something they want to highlight us on that's going on in the community. So for, to build awareness, the forum is for you. It's for us to come together. It's for us to share, network. And I want to remind everybody, don't forget to go to www.soapsbyus.com. Without the support of Soaps by Us, we will not exist. So we need you to look at buying the best body butter and best natural soaps that you ever can have. Experience the difference. Go to www.soapsbyus.com. All right.
I like that. All
Yes.
in one word.
Yeah.
Soaps
Sometimes
by
I'll have to
Us.
remember to breathe. Like, breathe, girl, breathe.
Yeah, that's what
All
I'm
right.
saying. And you're definitely right about the soap. That's what this is all about, keeping this forum going. So, soaps do help us make this
That's
program
right.
work. We try to, sell as much as we can so we can make this thing really pop like it's supposed to.
That's right.
So
And
we're
it
all
also
about
helps us
making it
with our
pop.
youth. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
this
Oh,
actually
yeah.
belongs to Informing Our Children Incorporated, and which is a nonprofit. Soaps by Us is a profit, but it takes a profit to help a nonprofit grow.
Amen.
So you want to, if you wanted the customer service number, in case you don't want to order online, you could dial 1-877-481-4334, and I'll repeat that for you. The number to customer service at Soaps by Us is 1-877 481-4334. There's customer service reps standing by to talk to you about the soap, walk you through body butters, help you get what's best for you. It's all naturally blended products. You can't go wrong.
And it is good.
That's right.
Oh, yeah. And one thing they forgot, our foot balm is the bomb. That is really good. I'm like,
You know, that's
I
for
like
those people that got them rough hog trousers now.
it. Yeah, well, okay. We ain't got to be calling names and stuff.
That's a hog trouser.
Or point elbows, because I sure had to use that. Took it personal.
Oh, man.
We all tell them feet can be, as you age,
Yeah.
your feet get different. I tell people.
Yeah, they do. And they need TLC.
Yeah,
That's right.
Yeah, you're in
Especially,
line.
and you know what? You spend money on foot products that don't work. So I'm so glad we got a foot product that I could say works.
That's right.
Hallelujah.
That's right.
Okay.
Something that works.
Soften up them cones a
We
little
can talk
bit.
about that body butter. Now, J.R. Wash is the J.R. Wash collection of body butter. And it was designed because J.R. Wash was having a real problem with his dry skin.
Yeah.
And so when you have a lot of problems with your dry skin, you go through dermatologists, you spend a lot of money, then you realize all this medicine and nothing's still working. So what do? You sit down, you create, you design, and say, what can I go through that can help me? Once it was designed, he started saying, let's help everybody.
And it did work, you know.
That's right. You can
I
tell
was
you would have been
supposed
sitting over here with
to.
dry skin and
Wait, see,
pillow.
we should have been taking pictures instead of hiding.
But we didn't know it was gonna work.
And
Yeah,
after.
yeah. Well, you know, when you dried,
We
you
didn't
say,
know,
"Is it
yeah.
gonna work?"
Then
And all of
we
a sudden,
had
it
it.
worked.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's
But it
something.
actually worked. I'm glad we sit down and came up with a formula to put together and make it work with the body butter. It's like you said, it's all natural oils, and it really helped my skin
That's
a whole
right.
lot because I was just
extra dry.
some
Grab a
people
comb.
said I don't know where they got the word crud, but it was dry. I'm not calling no names.
You better not if you want to stay safe.
Stay safe.
Stay safe. Well, I
we're
do
gonna-
have. Go ahead. You
Go
got
ahead.
something
No,
to say,
go
Jer?
ahead.
Okay. I do have a topic. I do and give the community point of view. A lady has a 17-year-old son, and it's just always ongoing issues. And she says she's been had these issues for the last 3 years, and so she just wants to get some feedback as to what can be done. And in my opinion, he's 17. In 3 years, and I tell parents, quit hiding your difficulties with your children. It's okay to seek help from services that can help him before he turn 18. Because see, 18 is that turning age where I take people, everybody think you're supposed to go to the penitentiary. You shouldn't have to go to the penitentiary to learn anything. It should be taught right in our neighborhoods, and we need to better help each other do more. So at 17, if he's unruly, he's having difficulty, I tell people, take him, go visit a courtroom. Let him sit there and talk to a judge. Go meet with a judge. Go meet with a probation officer. Go meet with a warden. It's okay. Drag him and take him. Take him to meet the warden. The warden's got really good conversations for young people to tell them, you don't want to have to see me because I'm going to make you get up and go. I'm going to make you get up and do what you need to do. You shouldn't have to go to jail to get a wake-up call. You shouldn't have to get in trouble to get a wake-up call. Right. And so it shouldn't be that way. But she says she's having a lot of difficulty with them. And she said, how are your boys so good? I say, see, people understand. I beat my children when they were little kids. So as they grew up, we never had those issues. And I think God didn't have to do the teen problems or the other problems. I got one, he might be a little different, but he never gave me problems. And so I tell people, so you just got to see what you can do to design to help them while they're young. Don't let them get too old before you reach out to help them. But it's not too late. He's still 17. He just turned 17. She got time to put some stuff in place for him. But he got to still want to accept the help. And there's nothing wrong. Even older, you can still get a child tested. Because if you're telling him, I told him to go do something, and he did something, maybe he's not even comprehending. Maybe that's why he's 2 grades behind. Maybe he's not comprehending. And you have to accept if your child needs an IEP or some type of plan to help them too. People, everybody ain't normal. What is normal?
Right.
What is really normal? Normal is whatever help I need to make me grow and develop and get on my feet. So that's normal. Because everybody, we always the same. We'll be the perfect world. When nobody get in trouble. Yeah, we'll be something.
We'll be one or the other.
Right, we'll be something. So, but yeah, it's important. So I tell you, when your kids need help, get it while they're early. It's okay. Don't be embarrassed. Get them help, because everybody ain't perfect. Some people are slow, but they do development different.
Right. Well, that goes back though. Like I said, it always goes back to raising your child.
Yes.
I know we get to the age now where think we have to give our kids everything. And I was listening to a TV show where they was talking about how they were raising their kids back in the day, you know, how they came up back in the day. But now the kids think you owe them something to, you know, like they supposed to get it.
Like they're supposed to give, no matter what they do
not
wrong or right.
earning it, you know. But like I said, we took the discipline away. So what we do now, if something goes wrong, we take the phone away.
Right.
Or we take the
And
tablet
they go get two
away.
other phones. I know. Is that the case?
And, you
with
know, I mean, I
see
think
what
when
you're
you
saying.
kind of like took it out of school, you know, back in the day when I was going to school, you know, if you messed up, the teacher gave you a pounding.
Yep, you got the SWAT.
It didn't kill you, but it made you think about, if I do this again, I'm going to get another whooping.
Yeah,
And
it
then
did.
your
It did make you think
know,
about it.
You know, you got discipline. I call it discipline. You know,
It's
mostly,
discipline, it's structure.
You know, and I think that's what we're missing in this society, because there's no discipline like it used to. Some people are doing it. Don't get me wrong, because you can tell by how their kids, you know, when they're very well mannered. So
Yeah, some people do. But one lady has said something too, JR. She said, if in our culture we discipline and we structure our kids, how do we let a system come tell us what to do with our kids? So if in our structure we discipline and we whoop our children for disobedience, how do we let a system come take our children when we do what's in our culture to keep our kids in line? So if we got all the laws of our land of what we do, how are laws coming in changing our culture and what we do to take care and discipline our children? And so I remember one of the judges saying, I'm not saying don't discipline your children. He said, I'm saying, what are you using? He said, extension cord, a belt buckle is not a way to discipline your child. Now, if you discipline your child, one to just say, I got toe up, I got whoopings. I'm not without a whooping, but this is what you're doing how you're disciplining your children.
Right.
So I just want to clear that up. There's nothing wrong with putting your kids on punishment. I like the case where the lady had whooped her kids and the cops came to the house and he told her he wasn't doing them dishes, and the cops said, okay, so you ain't doing the dishes. So that means you don't want to eat. You ain't trying to do nothing. You just going to sit around and say, I ain't doing something. He said, so what your mother say? Well, I ain't going to work. Let's just let the lights cut off and let's sit in the dark and let's shake hands and both be starving together because we both ain't going to do nothing. And so he said, you know, I don't know what these kids think they ain't got to do nothing. And 696 Kids ain't designed to help you structure your house. There's a lot of people that actually need it because it's there, but sometimes families, if you feel your cousin is having troubles, I'll tell you, my family, if there was a problem, I wouldn't have took their kids. I wouldn't have took their children. You call me when you get it together. I didn't need the county to come tell me about, we think we got to file with everything. The county wants y'all to handle your own business sometime. If your family recognize you ain't doing right, do you know you can go file your own motion to take your cousin kids or your sister kids? Then the county will step in to help you with the legal part of it. But you can start your own case if that's what's needed to help your family. You could file for legal custody. They come in and just check to make sure things in order. You could file because you just feel your cousin out of order, your sister, whoever, because you tired of going through, but you want to make sure you got something to protect you to take them to school. You could do it yourself. It don't just have to be the county coming to file. County is 180C and there's millions of people. They only could do so much.
Yeah, that's true.
They only could do so much.
You work it out that way.
Sometimes I think they get tired and so burnt out that some things slip that shouldn't slip.
Right.
But they have to start having a retreat for them workers. Them workers be burnt out. They need a retreat to just mentally snap back and get themselves together.
But you know,
It's
that's
a
what I
lot
said
they see.
with the program that we talk about all the time. You know, with,
yes.
you know, different things that happen in life. You know, that's what the Life Officers team is about.
Correct.
You know, working with the families and the kids and trying to get the kids to understand, you know, what your purpose is in life. You know, I hate it when people follow other people. Instead of you being this leader, you want to follow your friends.
Yeah,
But
be your own
friends
leader.
are the one that gets you in trouble. And like I always say, you know, I had a guy tell me he's been out of prison. He said he's been out for 4 years now. He said, but I'm on a 10-year probation. I got 10 years. He said, I already got 4 down. And I'm like, okay, well, what did you learn when you went? He said, well, when I went, before I went, I had friends. You know, everybody. I said, well, did they actually come see you while you was in there? Did anybody, you know, stop by? He said, no. They moved him from where he lived to Erie, PA.
To another county.
To a whole nother county when he came out, because they didn't want him to go back to the same situation. And
It's
it worked
really
out
good
pretty
when they
good
do
for him
that.
because he's a supervisor over at this company that I go to and I pick up at.
Mm-hmm.
And I was really impressed with how he ran things. He said, but I started here at the bottom and I worked my way up. He said, now that I'm here, I'm starting to get more guys to come in. And I said, well, I like that.
Yeah.
The fact that you recognize, and I really liked it because he admit to what he
what
done.
happened?
He, said,
He
'Cause
knows his crime. His time.
I did what I did, and I don't regret it. He said I did because I helped a lot of people, but still in the process, look
He
what it
paid
cost
for it.
me.
Yeah,
you
he
know.
paid for it.
He said I paid for it, but look what it cost me. He said, but I learned from that mistake. I don't want to be a return offender.
I
So
know
told
that's
him
right.
that
He
was
said, "We'll
great.
get that
You know,
one time out and get
right.
done." I think that needs to happen with a lot of young boys when you are in trouble so much in your own neighborhood. I think after 2 times, I need to send you somewhere. Somehow, change of environment does change a person's whole demeanor. I know a couple of guys that just was acting crazy in Cleveland, and I remember a judge told his aunt, "I'm not gonna sentence him to jail anymore. You said your brother would take him. You call your brother and see if he'll take him, and I'm gonna buy him a plane ticket and send him to him, because I think he's productive. I just think he keep being around the same people, same situation, same area, and ain't nothing gonna change for him because ain't nothing changing around him." He says, "So if your brother say he'll take him, I'll put him on a plane and I'll send him. If not, I'm gonna give him 10 years." Because I'm tired of him coming back and forth. But I think he has a lot of potential. He went in there and passed every test they had. There's no way this boy shouldn't be productive. He should be doing something. He says, so I'm going to give him a shot to do something. So she had to go call the brother. And he said, yes, he still can come. And so that was his thing. He had to sit and wait for that plane ticket to get shipped out. So he got a chance. And he cannot come back here at all. He said, that you tell everybody bye. He said, I ain't gonna even send you home from here. You gonna leave from the jail and go to your brother. So who are you didn't see, they not gonna see you. They don't come visit you and be structured, they ain't gonna. He said, but unlikely, ain't none of them gonna follow you. Ain't none of them coming to visit you. They just like, long as you doing the crime and they keep benefiting, you gonna keep doing the time. You just ain't woke up.
Yeah,
And he sent him away.
yeah, that's what he said. He wasn't allowed to come back.
No, yeah. Sometimes you need to stay away.
His probation is over. That's where you got, 6 more years to go. I said, but if you keep
Yeah,
trying
don't
to
even
make
count
you
them.
don't
Just
even
call it
wanna
day
come
by
back.
day. Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
It's his family, but you still don't want to come back, to the same situation because I don't know, we didn't really go into the real detail
Well,
of what
yeah,
he did,
but
but
it's
he meant
okay.
what he was doing. I'm saying because you never know what's going to happen, because you
just
don't know
know.
who you hurt down the road or, and the first time you step back in that city, that
You
might
never
be
know.
your last. So you never know what's going to happen. So,
It was a young man, drug dealer, and he decided to just leave all of it alone and go to the military. He decided, I just need to change something the same way. He said what changed his life was a kid came and said, don't sell my mommy none of that stuff. And he said, looked at the kid like, huh? He said, don't sell my mommy that stuff. She gonna eat up all, she gonna take away the food. He said, and that just kept bothering his spirit that this kid told him that, like, wait a minute. He said, the whole time you selling drugs, any dealer, you don't think nothing about nobody family. You don't think about who it's affecting. You just chasing your money, even though it's illegal. He said, and that kid woke him up. When he went to go do another transaction, he thought about the mother that he was giving it to, like, I wonder if she's not feeding her kids, because you don't think about that. He said, so he sat down with his friend and decided to go to the military. And so he went to the military, and one of his friends told him something important. He said, I'm going to tell you something. He said, whatever you do, when you leave, don't you ever come back to Cleveland. Because you got out the game. The game didn't cut you off.
Right.
He said, don't you ever,
Get
I
out
don't
the
care
game.
what happened, don't you ever come back to Cleveland. Ever. And so 10 years had passed. He had not been to Cleveland at all. And he decided to come to Cleveland because he wanted to see his mom. But I tell people, your mom can come see you. Remember what the person told you who was that street runner. He wasn't even in Cleveland 24 hours and somebody drove by and killed that boy. He wasn't even in Cleveland 24 hours. And I tell people, when you have changed, it don't mean people have changed with you. Don't mean they have forgot because you have made changes and changed something in your life. People don't change the same time you change. So that's I just tell people, just make sure when you settle your oats and stuff. So when you leave, he left with bad turf, but he was told, whatever you do, don't come back to Cleveland. So whoever he told he was coming back, that he thought was his homeboy, whoever, had to know he was coming back to Cleveland. Somebody told somebody, because he wasn't even here 24 hours.
Yeah.
And he was already gone.
I always say, if you live by it, you die by it.
Yeah, you have to be careful.
Sometimes you die by it and you haven't lived by it.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
But one of this topics is so widespread, because even though it's about, children being disruly and you don't know what to do with them. Now, I say even to save your own self, file unruly. But a lot of times they don't even do nothing about that. But even if you're in the best atmosphere, being trained and given the best rules and people telling you how to do it and what to do. But I say, you told me not to do this and not do that, but the house is so dysfunctional. It's cussing, it's fighting, it's this, it's that. But I say don't drink, I say don't smoke. So I want to find out why you still doing it then.
I know that's right.
Well, I'm going to just take a little puff. And people don't know that those things are so addictive. And your children, you don't know, do they have mental health problems? Because you got them and you don't know you got mental health problems.
That's true. People have the issues.
There's so many different things that could be with children. But I tell parents to cover yourself, file unruly. And that don't mean they go take your kids. Because sometimes you can have the baddest kids and they just keep letting them come back home. You be like, why this? But I'm going to tell you something that we told when our little 14-year-old, don't let me get upset. But when she would not listen, and the police brought her back home, and we had just had a family celebration, and we was all feeling nice, and we were all there. The OGs like me, and the ones that ain't having it. But I don't want to go to jail. But the police came, and they said, we're going to release her back to y'all. And I said, you are? So I said, get their badge numbers. Because if you release her back to us, and we just told you it's not safe here, I don't think you can do that. And he said, it's not safe here. I said, it's not safe here.
No.
He said, you threatening her? I said, I don't know what I'm going to do. I said, it's not safe here. So he got to calling around, and he went and took her. Because I tell parents, if you telling them, I don't know what I'm going to do if you leave her here.
That's right. That's so cute.
That's saying it's unsafe to leave her here. So the police shouldn't leave her there, because their job is not to leave anyone in an unsafe environment. So that may be one tip that help, because they were sending that girl back, and she didn't have problems since she was 8. This child, she said, the lady was saying something to her. She took the lotion and poured it over the lady's head, and she said, I poured it over there because I could. I jumped. and I got her.
I had to let her go.
Like, did she just say that to us?
Did she pour it on her head because she could?
Because she could. So I got her. And I had to, check
That's
myself.
deep.
But I'm saying, these kids, if you made it train them the best way you can.
It's
And
just
you
them.
don't know what the issues are. You don't know. And then I told my sister another issue could have been the fact that she sent her to school dirty. So she going to have to talk and fight. Because she,
That's right.
Somebody said, you had nappy hair. You got to say something. Somebody said, you stank. And
That's right. You created the issue.
You got to be careful how you send your children to school, how they look. Because you're not at school with them.
No.
And usually if kids are
pressure.
dirty and stinky, you're going to talk about it. Because we're young children. And we don't know that that's going to affect them.
That's
'Cause
right.
Let me tell you something. I was watching Jerry Springer, and a lady came on that was like 48, bringing a bully that she had when she was like 12 or 13 on. She was holding that all them years. And she
Wow.
wanted to show him. But what killed me, y'all, is she asked to date him, and she said, yeah. I said, she ain't learned nothing, okay.
Oh, God, get out of here.
But you don't know what they're holding on to.
That
what's
is funny.
going on. And also, they have like, a lot of the police department had these gang bangers that then turned their life around.
That's why
Let
they
them go
ask
and
you.
talk to your kids. You have to really call the police department, and they'll get you in touch with which district have them. But these are men that have been gang bangers that turned themselves around, and maybe they could talk to them.
That's good.
Because you just don't know. He may be an angel at home, but when he get outside, they giving him $300 to run some drugs up the street,
Oh, yeah, that money.
and it's innocent.
It's innocent, yeah.
Because I seen the little boy, and he was so sweet, and he always had this basketball, and I just thought he played basketball. He was holding the drugs for the dope dealers. When the police come, they get the drugs to the little boy. So he there with the basketball, but he's sitting on drugs. Didn't know it. He ended up dying.
Oh, wow.
In the Doubletree Hotel pool. And when they went in his room to check under his mattress, the boy had $23,000.
Wow. All to the police.
So, his parents never taught me, but like, how did he do that? He didn't know nothing about, saving
money.
So they was giving him $200 or $300. He was 8 when that started, but he was like 8 or something. He was like 12 or 13
when he got killed.
Yeah, when he got killed. So that's 4 or 5 years hiding $300.
Just not even knowing. Just guess his parents' needs was met, huh?
They just thinking he out playing. Ain't nobody checked to see.
Because he ain't spending.
And see, this is something because we ain't checked on what our kids doing or nothing. So it's all kind of things. It's the morals, the standard, the structure. It's they a follower.
Yeah.
My play grandmother told me, she said, I would help you get out of jail. But she said, but if somebody else put you in jail, I might have to go to jail too.
Oh.
She gonna tear a butthole in me. Because at first I didn't know what she was talking about. I said, you going to jail too? Okay. I'm gonna whoop up on you, and I'm gonna go to jail.
Whoop it up on you
for nobody else.
That's
my
funny.
Dog, and okay, you'll see when nobody put nothing on your books.
You will see.
Oh yeah, let me say that too. It's important to put something on people's books when they in jail. If you don't
they
know
need
what
$2
to say, you ain't gotta write it on matter. Put a Hallmark card and some money in it, you can set it all. And that's just something I tell people, I don't know what, don't write them nothing, get them a Hallmark card, put $20, $30 in it, because in jail, that money go a long way.
Yeah.
I'm talking from experience.
That's true.
And that's why we could
it goes to a book.
Life obstacle team. We done went through some stuff.
That's right. You won't better tell nobody unless you've been through something.
Right. There's a lot of people telling people stuff that haven't been through it.
I want to talk about also health and hygiene. We talked about kids that are going to school. I've never seen times where there were so many kids that had problems as today. In our day, it was one child. It was always one child fat, one child a bully. That's what we had. Now we got a lot of kids that's obese, and we got a lot of kids that are bullies, and it's because the home situations have really changed a lot.
Oh, you better
and
say
so,
that.
My granddaughter talks about hygiene and care her school with some kids are not smelling fresh, and so I'm setting it up with her school to actually go over and do the Life Obstacles Make Me Think project. To go over to the school to talk to the young people and help address the kids who have the hygiene issues by giving them a soap and hygiene basket, but also for the class to understand the importance of not talking about each other and how teasing. And I usually do that by making them say, okay, this your sister. What do you want? You feel good with people teasing you? And just make them really think about to help the class have unity. And so I'm going to go over to their class and do our Make Me Think project with her classroom to help the girl and other 2 students in her class that have health and hygiene problems. She said they come to school dirty. And then also while I'm there, reach out to their parents to see what we can do to help them. Do they need some washing powder? And so we got to quit talking about people and be about them. Amen. So maybe they need some washing powder. And the schools take time out to notice the children that come to school. It's not a county thing. This is a community thing. Hygiene is a community thing. It's not a county thing. Don't call county because somebody don't smell good. Call the water department because maybe they need some water. Bring them some washing powder, hand them some toothpaste, drop it at their house. Most mothers is grateful for you helping. I appreciate, though, even with the hygiene issues, they're still coming to get their education, no matter what. So we have to, now this is when it said take the community, the village to raise a child. This is where we have to step in. And we tell if your child go to a school, if you feel there's health and hygiene issues, dial our main office at 216-916-9410. The Life Obstacle Team extension is 2212. Ask for help. Let us come help the kids understand why bullying don't have to exist, and it's all in a Make Me Think project where they end up having a good time and they understand the value of each other. Once they learn to value each other, all at the end, and now they can focus on learning.
And that this could be you at any time. Today is these people, but it could be you at any time.
That's right.
And you will want help. And that is so good, Doreen, because at my niece school where she teaches, there is a whole family that's just stinking dirty.
Okay.
I was trying to see. I know this isn't in the budget, and it's not about
It's never
education,
a budget, right?
But they need a washer and dryer.
Okay.
And I know schools don't think like that, but instead of reporting them, we could take that one shirt or one something and just go and wash it.
That'd be so good for them.
Something.
So, the best thing to do is reach into the family and see, do they have a washer and dryer capacity hookup? Can they hook it up? Because there's enough people. Washer and dryer at a used store to come out is $175 for the washer, $175 for the dryer. Enough people can donate to get people a washer and dryer. We don't have to just up people. They ain't got to. We are the county, and they only got so many dollars. We have to start investing. I don't care if it's $5, $2. Plant a seed.
Yeah.
Buy more body butter so we can do it. We want to be able to help our families do more. That way you getting something you need for your skin, and we're giving back something that families really need. They need. So that'll be.
But
we're gonna work on them a washer and dryer.
That's the whole thing.
Well,
we're trying to help each other.
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Before we work on a washer and dryer, we got to work on the school accepting that plan of a washer and dryer.
Right.
That's how that go.
Yeah. So the family, if we can get the school to report and let us work with the family, that'll take off the pressure. I'll tell you, a lot of times teachers are designed to teach. They're not trying to be the social worker.
Oh, no.
So the community has to come in and help the kids with their social issues so that the teacher can teach.
Oh.
And so we are contracted with Cleveland Metropolitan Schools, and we need to be used more. So if you're a principal, you at a school, let the Life Obstacle team come in and help you help the children so that we can allow you to teach the children, because we can help them work on their social issues. We can help mom and dad put things in place so that they could do more. We are contracted with the Cleveland Metropolitan Schools, and they need to start calling to use the services. I don't know why. It's not like we pulling teeth to get in to help our youth do more. And we're contracted with you. Use the contract. Call us to let us help you do more. Mm-hmm. And again, the number is 216-916-9410. We love what we do. We love seeing families prosper. We want to see that their academic developing, that their social is improving, that they feel confident. The worst thing you want is a kid to have no self-esteem. That's why we got so much suicide and lack of, because we got to put something in there to help them spark that ball of fire to know they can do better. We have to do it. Somebody has to take the initiative to do it. And we take on the challenge to say we can do it. We know it can happen.
And you know what? You just brought up suicide. Parents, we got to pay attention to what our children saying, because a lot of times we're not listening. A lot of times we don't have the dinner table, round table.
No more talking.
We can talk, and we don't have a grandmother planting seed. And I was talking to the one lady, and she was maybe 45 or something. I don't want my children my grandkids calling me grandmama. Okay, because you had a baby early and your daughter had a baby early. The structure of what you're doing, you popping and pinging more than your daughter.
That's right.
And you don't want your blood grandchild to call you grandma. Come on, babe, get in your position.
I know. I had
cook dinner and you out popping more than she pop. What are you?
People are afraid to be the elders. I mean, I tell you can look good and still be an elder. Kids, how they gonna learn from you if you're not showing them nothing to learn from you?
And then you so embarrassed because your daughter got pregnant at 16. Was you embarrassed when you got pregnant at 16? I mean, okay, it's still an order you need to teach them.
That's all it is.
There's no structure. They play games all day. We have kids that don't even know what a jump rope is. I mean,
oh yes,
it's just getting outrageous. We don't have, and I'm trying to get back Wednesday game night.
All right.
So our family does game night, and because I'm the Connect Four queen.
Connect Four.
So I let them go on and play because they can't beat me. So
you the one that can play some Connect Four. She can play Connect Four.
But we don't do hands-on things no more. We don't take kids outside no more. We don't know what to do with them. And we're going to be talking about later on where to take your kids for free for summer fun. So we're going to be talking about that because school's going to be out. And
have fun for the summer.
Just come on now. We got to get some structure in it. And we tell our kids to listen to us, but are we worth listening to?
Oh, yeah. That's a good one.
Okay.
That's a good one.
Yeah, you up there doing janky, stupid stuff. Your boyfriend playing Atari more than I am. I know it's not Atari. I couldn't think of Xbox. Your boyfriend, with you 45 with a boyfriend. And He playing Atari. Your son and him was arguing over the Xbox.
I've had that happen.
Sorry.
I've had that happen. I got a phone call for that.
And he mad because his sneakers look better than but you didn't work. And another thing too, parents, teach your children to earn what they get. Teach them to earn it. You know, you have responsibilities. I go in there and I used to tell young people, why you want your mother to argue today? They said, huh? I don't want my mother to argue. Yes, you do. I said, you didn't even make your bed. Don't you say your mother said make the bed every day? Well, why you ain't make it? So you wanted her to argue. Why you want your mother to argue?
That's
you ain't
right.
take out the garbage. So you trying to start another argument?
That's right.
So you trying to start 2 arguments before your mother even got up. That is a shame. Like, huh?
Just do it. Make them think to do it. Yes.
So, you know, you have to look at this. And then I go to the mother and I say, well, did you ever teach him how to make his bed?
Just make your bed.
You know, yeah, people go, just make your bed, just take the garbage out. Okay, they took the garbage out and it's a trail all the way. Yeah, you never taught them to close the bag, though. You know, so when we tell people, this is what you need, show people what to do. Because in life obstacles, I not only say go talk to your daughter, I help you tell you what. What have you said so far? And what actions did you have? What discipline did you have? What restrictions did you have? Do you even have rewards when your kids do good? Do you only talk about what they do bad? Do you have a reward Friday or Wednesday or something when the family just did good? Let's go out, let's celebrate. Just all kind of different things. So you could find out, because do people even talk to their kids where, you know, they sit around the table and they say, well, how was your day in school? They got something that called kickboard. So while you lying about how your day was, they looking at how you acted up.
Yeah,
I said kickboard. Ooh.
I like that the thing too. It's cute.
Kick butt? Is that what it's called now?
So you won't get your butt kicked.
Right. It just told on me, this kick butt. Well, yeah, it's so many things that go into that. I mean, watch your children. You know, certain things they should be developed at a certain time, and if they're not, like my daughter, she didn't smile. So when she got like 4 months, I knew something was wrong.
Oh, okay.
She just didn't smile at all. Even if I tickled her, I said, oh, her muscles messed up or something.
Right.
So we took her in, but notice some things, you know, children can't talk and different things. Some of those are in your, they're just inborn with them. It could be because you smoked. It could be because you fell down the steps. It could be because that's what God just happened to this time. You know, it could be anything, but pay attention.
That's right.
You telling your child to read a book and they can't even recognize a letter.
Can't see it.
That's true.
So we have to pay attention to see if they dyslexic and all of that stuff. But if we jacked up too, we ain't gonna see nothing either.
Right.
Like, I don't know why I talk like that.
Right.
I did that one day. The teacher, my son had a talking disability, and so the teacher came in and she said, "I need a meeting with you." And so when I came in, she said, "Your son talk real funny." I thought, what this funny?
Because she has
I was
something. Yeah.
talking the way he was talking. So you don't know. He might be talking funny because I'm talking funny.
Right, but
You know, we all jacked up.
Yeah.
That's what the real thing is. We talk about the kids, but we jacked up too.
Oh,
so
yeah.
it might be a whole backer. Because I used to say, why they asking all these questions? Now I know why.
To find out.
To find out is it inherited.
That's right. So
Well,
they
that's
know,
true.
So they can know what they're working with.
Right,
Right.
exactly. 'Cause I used
So
to
you
be
know
that
what you're
too.
looking at, what
be like,
you-
well, y'all crazy? Heck yeah, we crazy. Now what?
So we're a little off the chain,
Yeah,
but
we're
you know.
not all. But see, I tell people, see, I can get nutty with you, but I can come back. Some people can't come
Gotta know
back.
how to recover.
Yeah, some people can't. Bless the Lord that He taught me, okay, come on out of that craziness.
That's right.
Okay. How y'all doing? You know, so
That's when you learn how to de-escalate yourself.
Yes, yes.
You learn how to de-escalate yourself.
That you can. You think
Yeah,
that
you
you
learn that you can de-escalate.
Because some people just nutty as a Betsy
People just, and you know what else I noticed? I see young women fighting with their daughters, like high school. Like, what happened to the mother going to the office, pulling the other mother to have a conversation?
You got to recognize that they still in a youthful mindset.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, just because they're 45 don't mean they brain is. If they
That's
miss
right.
their youth, then they still like popping it and shaking it.
You can't catch
And
that
you
up,
like,
though. You got to just go on and grow up and
yeah.
enjoy being
so
an adult.
If you're not grown up, you like, Well, girl, my wig look better than your Bougie 45 and she's 18.
Right.
I was at the club. We stayed up. What? You clubbing with your daughter?
Yes. Some things we just don't do.
I mean, you just got to watch what you do.
It's important to watch what you do.
Because I went out with my daughter and it did not feel right.
It's not.
Oh, it felt wrong.
Well, you know, it was always that thing, you know, when you was, you know, you had kids when your kids got older, and you always said, if I walk into a club and I saw my kid in that club with me, I'm leaving because we ain't coming in the same club
We
and
ain't doing the
party in
same
the same
club.
club. So you went out. I just felt like then, you know, it was time for you to come out the street because you done passed, you know, you have to pass the torch. Now
gotta
to your
pass
kids,
that torch.
because now they're rolling. You just have to go to where, you know, the setting
Somewhere
is right
different.
for you.
Right.
You know, it's more of an older set for you. But, you know, getting back with the, kids following, you know, that's why I said if you lead by a good example,
Oh, yes.
your kids have a tendency to follow your footsteps.
Oh,
you know,
yes.
like you said, but
Okay,
you have
yeah.
to be mature enough to say, like you said, you can't be out here talking to them like you one of the guys out here on the street.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like you said with the daughter, you know, they're going back and forth because women do. Because I think most girls get around about 16.
Yes.
They feel like they equal just as much as their mom. And that's why they go back and forth. Now you starting, like they say back in the day, where, you know, you start to smell yourself a little bit.
I ain't never smelled myself. My mother would smell me. I was very collective.
But,
like, oh,
you know,
she
you
said
have
it, it
that.
go.
They feel like they're grown, but in reality, you're not. But I was telling them that's the battle you have with your kids.
Yes.
Men's, we don't really have that problem with our sons, you know, when it comes
Because
to
y'all
that.
not there. Not
Well-
talking about you.
Right.
Don't get started. We ain't talking about JR. 'Cause he's the epitome of what a man should be.
saying.
Right.
I'm
Yeah,
just
half
saying.
the time they ain't there, so we ain't gonna go there. Go ahead, say your part. This for the men like JR that's there.
Oh,
Okay. Go
I'm
ahead.
just-
The man is there.
I'm
Go-
sorry, babe. Okay, go ahead.
But
The man is there.
But
Man, it's
for the men that's in their kid's life, you know, you always keep in contact with that child because if something goes wrong, you want to nip it in the bud. But see, that's why I said we don't play. You know, we don't try to do the same thing our sons do. And now, you know, as far as playing basketball or getting out playing football, that's a great thing because it's something that, you know, men do.
That's right.
You know, we get out and play with it. But when it comes to reality, telling them something to educate them, son, what you're trying to do, I already done it.
That's true.
You ain't doing nothing. You completing a cycle that we tried it. It didn't work for me. But since you want to try it,
Go on and
I'm
bump
just
your
giving
head.
You my advice. It's not going to work. The young kids, now we put a new twist on it, but it's the same thing.
It's the same old spin.
You're going to get the same result. Now you're going to wait till you get older. Like I said, my kids is older now. They got their own kids. Now
That's
you
right.
start to see what I'm
They
talking
start
about.
to see, yeah.
And I start to take in. I said the same thing. You know, got to remember now you did the same thing when you were little.
They gonna do it.
So
How do y'all think we break the
Don't-
cycle of the men not being at home? I mean, I know you know what started it was the welfare system. It created a division of families.
what that did.
Mine
'Cause,
started with a black eye. No, y'all don't pay attention to me. I'm fitting. Go ahead.
But yeah, I think that and that's been gone years ago. And we still have not consolidated to come back together the way we need to. But in the old days, it was where a woman had to be by herself.
Right, that's true.
And she had to have no man in her house, and they would give her assistance. And that was a way to divide the family. And so then I look back and say, was it really worth that small check to divide your family over just saying both of us can get $1 job and make it work? Do we really stoop that low to keep up with the system? And so over the years, I see being that they waited for their fathers to come, and now they got their children waiting. So when do you break the cycle of saying, I need to be responsible? You know, and then some kids long for father. I tell you, I never was raised with my real father. I never even knew who he was. I think it's his loss. He should have got to know
Amen.
me.
You better say that.
And so my mother had found out he was married, so she just cut him off. And today, women wasn't dramatic. They moved on. They didn't go back and forth. And so now that I'm older, all these years, I said, what if I got a sister or brother, somebody who might have needed me, but they don't even know I exist because he was protecting his marriage. But how long did he live suffering, thinking that I still got this kid that I don't even know? And so, and just recently, my sister said, did you know your father's name? And I said, no, matter of fact, I asked her, I said, what was his name? And she told me his name. And I said, it's really sad. I'm just going to pray for him because I never met him.
Me neither.
I never met him. And no, who is, but I was blessed with two men that were my stepfathers that were a blessing in my life. Sylvester Lee Cole, who died, he passed of MS, and Charles E. Gibson died of cancer. But they were two great men that came in my life and reared me. And so I'm grateful for that.
Amen. Amen.
Yeah.
That's what it is. You know, you're talking about breaking the cycle, and that's basically what, you know, most of us are working on, trying to
That's
break
right.
the cycle. So we talk to the young generation. You know, you don't want to end up, just because your father wasn't there doesn't mean you
You
can't be
change it.
somebody.
You ain't got to have a lot of money to be a daddy.
You're right.
You
You
daddy.
can still be somebody. It's the time. It's not the money. I don't know why people think it's always the money. It's time that
It's
you spend with
time
your
is
kid.
so important.
Because time will pass you by, and that kid
Oh,
will
you
look
better
at
say
you
that now.
like, well, you wasn't there when I needed you, so why show up now?
And people will say that, but then you think about it might be a reason why I was absent. Like a young man, father always wanted to be in touch with him, but the mother was angry or they break up because he got married.
Go ahead.
And so therefore he never got to see his father till he was 15. And at 15 he got to see his father, and he was angry, the boy, he was bitter. And he had to tell him, son, it's never a time that I didn't want to see you. I wrote you letters. I sent you things. He said, I did everything I could, and to the point I was tired of fighting with your mother. And even though we had an order, I supposed to see you, it was always something. I could have actually took your mother to court for violation of that order. But then how would that damage you? Me just taking her to court because she didn't do what she needed to do. I said, one day you'll grow up, and like you said, now we'll have this conversation. And so he said, what we have to do is we can't correct the old things. But what we can correct is where we are today.
Today, yeah.
How do we progress as father and son so that we know each other?
It's like anything. It's like a relationship. You got
That's
get
right.
To know
You got to
each other,
rebuild
because,
it.
You know, I don't know you. You're 15. So I got to
Yes.
take the time.
They
to
had
get
a
to
good
know you.
time.
And
I can't
first-
just
and-
bum rush in there and
and
say,
another
tell you
thing
what to do.
about that, you need to ask that child what was told about me, because you don't know what been told to people.
So let's
about
clear
your
it up.
father. Let's clear up what you think about me. Do you want to go on? Let that child vent out all he needs
Get it
to
out.
vent out. Because another thing I want to say this before I forget: women, don't stop the fathers from coming to see their child.
That's right.
Because the child will figure out if the father is worth it or not. But don't stop them from coming see. If you got to make an arrangement for them to be put somewhere else to pick up, you ain't got to see them.
That's right.
Make another arrangement. And if you have no place, then we'll find some place where he can pick it up and meet the child. Don't stop, because I'm going to tell you, a child will figure out if their father is worth it or not. But let not the blood be on your hands.
That's right.
You know, and so that's such a broad topic as
Oh,
well.
yes, it is.
You know,
Yeah.
because I was on the bus and the girl was talking about, and my mother want to talk to me now. She been gone 16 years. I don't want that. And then, you know, she was this and she was that. And I said, hey, babe. I said, well, how you know your mother was that if you wasn't there? If your mother wasn't there? How do you know she this or she that? But my adopted parents said, oh, so you really don't know. You going by what they said. I said, let me tell you something. I want to talk to you.
That's right.
Because my children been gone a very long time. They were taken and they were in county custody. And they've been gone a very long time. And I would not want you, if you were my daughter, to have that opinion of me. Because I'm going to tell you something. If your mama and daddy don't never see you, you gone. Believe me, they love you.
That's right.
I don't care if they the scuttlebutt of the earth. It's the time and the place that they think about you.
Oh,
And
yes.
they love you. Even the dog is dead. They love their kids. And I want y'all to understand that. So if you do ever get a chance to see your mother after 30 years, 60 years, give her a chance. See where she coming from.
That's right. And
And I'm
sometimes,
saying that from my heart. Me and that girl was crying for it was over. Because I understood where she coming from. But if my daughter came to me today, I would listen to her. And if she said, Ma, I don't want no relationship with you, if she let me speak my piece and she still say that, then so be it.
and so be it. Yep, you have to walk away. Nothing you
Yeah.
could do. And then they'll go home and think about
They're in
it.
a good place, you know.
Yes.
You know, but you don't let it destroy your life, because it almost destroyed my life that my
Oh, yes.
children were gone.
That's right. It will. It can.
But I want y'all, that the children that it is, to know that your parents love you.
That's right.
Even
They
if
do.
they're not
That's
there.
one of the
Give
obstacles.
them a chance
That's
if they
right.
come back in your life.
That's right. That's
it.
all right. Because even if your children are gone, it don't mean you don't miss them and that you don't love them. It's just a decision was made that they thought was in the best interest of the children.
Right.
But it doesn't stop a mother's love if she really loves, because sometimes parents do a lot, all they can do, and the county
That's all
still
I could do. And they still
take them.
Yes, and I'm living witness to
Even
that.
in your case, we never thought they would
and
take the
another
kids.
thing I must say too.
Yeah,
when
so you can
people
know.
say that the county took their kids, don't say you must have did something wrong.
Look at the
Because
case.
you kind of, if you corrected it, and they still took them, then you say, well, I found out what it was, and I'm not going to say it over the air. But, okay. But be more thoughtful to people when their kids are took it. And as Doreen said earlier, if you can get those children, get them.
That's right.
But if you're jacked up, then
Leave them where they are.
leave them alone.
Yeah, leave
I
them.
had to come out of that, y'all.
That's
Thank
right.
you,
You
Doreen.
did. You did good.
All right.
That's
I mean,
right.
that's that's the thing. We do.
Life ought to go real.
It's definitely real.
Yeah.
That's what the thing is with kids, because like you said, they hear so much about their parents, and you going by what somebody else said instead of you.
Do you really know?
Let
Do
me
you
see
really
for
know?
myself, right?
let
Do
me
you really
say
know if that's
so.
the way they were? You got people that's out in the street, or your mother was this, or she was that, but let me see what happened.
Yeah, it's good to know
And
for
like you
yourself.
said, she left me in a good place. I turned out all right. So evidently she wasn't ready
That's
to
right. Or
raise me,
something
so she
changed.
left me where I was safe at.
Right.
So you can grow
Right.
and do better.
Because it could have been even worse if you'd have stayed with her. And it may not turned out that well, but
Yeah.
they put you in a place that you were safe. So, like you
And
said, hear me
parents,
out.
don't get so angry when your kids don't want to be bothered with you, because you don't know what your child had to use to stay, for them to stay
Stable.
grounded.
Right.
You don't know what they had to pull on because my children would be like, my mama coming to get me. But how
That's
many
right.
years did they say that and I wasn't
Yeah.
there? So I don't know what strength they had to use to stay in their right mind. So I'm just saying both sides.
That's right.
You know.
Right. If you come
That's
to
true.
get
Wake
them,
up.
I always tell people, if you come to get your kids, come get your kids. Don't tell them, because you have kids standing there waiting.
And everybody can go through that. And sometimes you get off track, talk to them.
Yeah, because I
It's
have
hard.
done.
It's
I'm
hard,
guilty of
Richard.
myself.
He said he guilty of it, yeah.
Working, and
Yeah.
you're telling your kids you're gonna come by and pick them
And
up.
then
they're
lay down
sitting
and
there
go
waiting.
That's right. That's a very good
And
point.
I had a lady tell me, she said, if you're gonna come get them, but don't tell them you're coming, because they will sit.
Just
and
come
wait
on your
you.
own, because they
Right.
will sit.
They will
They
sit
will
and
sit and
wait
wait
on
on
you.
you.
Well, he's coming. You don't show up. That's a disappointment.
And they just keep sitting waiting. They just know you're
So
coming.
you gotta be very careful about that. And my kids always tell me, well, every time I would get them and we would ride,
They'll
well,
tell
Dad,
you about it.
You like a preacher. You're preaching all the time. I said, yeah, because I want to make sure I get it in to help you understand.
What I'm talking about.
What you're gonna go through in life when you start to get older.
That's right.
When they was kid, I was taking them skating. That's what we talked about. I
yeah.
said, Dad, he's like a preacher. He's preaching to us every time.
They be like, go pick them up, hurry up and drop them off.
No, I tell people I'm not a preacher. I'm a teacher and a reacher.
All right. Brenda got the good abbreviations for stuff.
Yeah,
She got it. She put the swing on the definitions.
Yeah, the jump rope to health. Where I'm telling you how to be healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Well, healthy
you gotta
jumping.
do some things.
Well, that's
So-
another way of communicating with the youth, by bringing them out, helping them do jump rope, even with the parents.
Yeah.
Because you doing something you haven't did in 30 years.
Well, let's
And they
speak
be
about
like,
healthy jumping. It's
"Rah."
coming. It's coming May 5th at Tri-C. So we'll be at
Oh,
Tri-C
yeah, okay.
doing healthy jumping for the boys' health fair at Tri-C.
right.
Registration,
Metro
the Metro campus starts at 8:00. So make sure you register to bring your sons out to the event. Healthy jumping will be there. We'll be doing jump ropes. We'll be doing physical fitness, so we can get everybody cardio working, so we can let people understand jump roping is the #1 exercise to do the whole body. Jump roping does do a body good. It does everything from building your legs to your buttocks to your arms. Put some weights in them jump ropes. There's a lot you could do. One lady said she went from smoking to jumping. Every time she had to smoke, wanted to smoke, she went and started jump roping in her basement. She had her house built, so she got tall 12-foot ceiling. So she said she went in the basement and started. I said, well, how many times you smoke a day? She said, I don't know. I said, well, why don't you log it? She said, I'm going to jump rope and log it. She said, girl, I smoke and now I jump so much I thought I needed a retirement plan. She said, but now every time she want to smoke, she's been doing it for a month. She's been coming out of cigarettes. And she's saying, I'm saving money. I can breathe. At first, I thought I was going to have to tell my husband to call 911. So yes, go from. We tell people just change it. Go from. Go out. Actually, rather than pick up your cigarette, get your jump rope, and when you feel you want to smoke that urge, go outside and turn that rope and see how many times you jump and see how much you change.
30 seconds.
Yeah,
Yeah,
30
go
seconds.
30.
Get you.
Challenge.
30 seconds is the challenge.
Start with 30, not 5 minutes.
That's right, because we had a
Made
lady
that
72
mistake.
that beat everybody jumping.
Start at 5 minutes was big
Yes.
mistake. So we're gonna start with
30 seconds is the time we start you with to see if you can jump
know,
30
it's
seconds
that's why I said
nonstop.
I love it because it's amazing. You find so many kids that can't turn that rope like.
I know
never
it.
done
And
that.
jump at the same time.
They can't do both. Some kids had never seen a jump rope, so we were really surprised.
So like
We were really
kids, like,
surprised.
I had boys that play basketball, and it's like I'm looking at them, they couldn't even
They
jump a
couldn't
rope.
jump rope.
Like,
What happened to
I said,
jumping
it's
rope?
called
The
rhythm.
simple
It's-
exercise.
yeah, they was trying though. They got it though.
We
Eventually
met a
they got it.
professional jump roper. That girl could jump some
Yeah,
rope.
she
She was
come out, she
amazing.
Yeah.
She was amazing. She could take the rope, turn it, split it, flip it backwards. She was making that. We was like, oh my God, you awesome. We just trying to learn how to jump and stay jumping longer.
Yeah,
But she was
our
awesome.
mascot.
She went to Case Western Reserve University. So kudos to her. She could jump some rope. I never even knew it was professional jumpers. So we learn
Well, they do. They
all
have
the time there's something. So
You know, it's always
we got to
out there.
find us some professional jumpers to come do a demonstration. So if you're a professional jumper, dial 216-916-9410, dollar organization. Tell us you're a professional jumper and you want to show your stuff. Come on. So we would love that to
Show
see some
your
professional
skills.
jumpers
Yes.
to do an event. So yes.
So we're gonna push it, you know, and do what we can for them. And like I say, we want, like I tell the kids, you know, I admire that young lady, you know, when they had that shooting, and she said, "Was a lot of you kids came out for the wrong reason. We need to look at ourselves because this wouldn't happen if we didn't bully these kids in school." Talk about these kids, what we was talking about earlier.
Oh, I
and
see what
that's
you're
what I
saying. She
wanted
was
to
talking
try
about
to
how
get
she
it
looked
in.
at the whole
but
thing.
they was, you know, they're doing it now that where they're taking the kids and they're coming together about picking on one another. If we
Yes.
can stop that, and maybe we can stop these shootings that's going on in the school.
Yeah, I know that my son is in high school, and he said that they just had a walkout yesterday.
Right.
They all did a walkout. He said so the whole day was field day, and he said actually all of them actually had a good time. But they all, and I'm glad that all the kids and even the schools are participating and saying we could do better. We could do better. Even we went to, was that Portage County? Where we did the
County.
job fair with the kids, how
Right.
we was connecting the kids to talk to the ones who really don't talk. I was connecting kids to talk to the other kids because I was noticing some kids was just by themselves seeming lonely. So I went and, you know, attached to them, walk with them like, why you walking by yourself? What's your name? And they look at me like I'm crazy. And then I said, who you go to school with? And I said, who popular? So the one boy showed me the girl that was popular. I said, I'm going to get her. He was like, really? I said, I'm going to get her. I said, this such and such. I need you to be his mentor and make sure he stays on track and let him be blended in because he's a little shy. She was like, okay. She was like, come on, let's go over here and look at this without a problem. And so I tell people, sometimes the person you think you don't know is who you need to know. Who you need to know. So we had a good time though. We always have a good time
We had a
everywhere
really
we go.
good time. We always have a good time with the
We
kids.
do. We always have a good time.
And so it was very exciting,
Yes.
you know. But, you know, just taking some of that, you know, and you look at it every day because there's
That's
so
right.
much going on in the world right
Oh,
now.
my Lord.
There's so much
And
chaos,
we
so much
really-
pain.
And I
We have
tell
so
people,
much
you
to
know,
do.
and special with
Mm-hmm.
our communities, we have to get more involved.
That's right.
You know, because the government can't take care of everything for us. We have to take care of ourselves.
That's right.
And that's what we got to do. We got to start helping one another, you know, especially if somebody has a business. Help that person. Don't
That's
worry
right.
about what this guy's putting in his pocket.
Yeah, just do what you do your part and don't ever
If
worry
the
about somebody
product
else's
is
part.
good, use his product.
That's
you
right.
know, and we so worried about, well, I'm not making him rich. You know,
You're
how that
making
problem
somebody
is.
rich no
That's
matter
They
where
don't
you
say
go.
that when they go to the Arab store.
Or the other stores,
Any
right.
other store,
No matter
you
what,
know.
They
Walmart, any
black,
store.
Everybody want a
That's right.
deal, but when you go to Arab store, you don't say, can I get this sandwich with $2 less? But when you come to my store, you want
To negotiate.
50 cents off or something. What?
Also, Mount Pleasant Now Development Corporation is on Kinsman. We have formed a partnership with them to do more. So our organization will be coming to that community in a storm to do a lot of outreach there. And so we're going to set up a healthy jumping event where we're going to come outside. We're going to have giveaways. We're going to have food, conversation. We want to do a community impact where we bring the community together so we can start doing more. Where we start to love and know our neighbors. So look out for it. Mount Pleasant Now Development Corporation is on Kinsman. So look for informing our children to be in your area. All right.
All right. We get ready to wrap this bad boy
All
up.
right,
You know how
JR.
we do this. We come twice a week, twice a
a
month.
month.
I get talking about twice a week, but we do it twice a month.
All right.
Miss Brunley, give me that word of wisdom today real quick.
Word of value is a heart that is focused on others will not be so consumed with self.
All right.
Well,
then.
all right.
Thank you.
You know how we do it. We got to bounce up out of here, but we love you. Thank you for tuning in and try
Take
to
care,
do this
guys. Thank you for
again.
tuning in.
Make
Thank
good
you.
choices.
All right.
And like they say in Hawaii, aloha.